everyone, coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. On last week's show, we saw that Tony D'Angelo defended the title against Cam Hendricks. And yeah, he loads of challengers waiting to want to meet him one-on-one. Well, we're going to get to it right here, right now. Which one of these two men will be challenging Tony D'Angelo for the gold? Will it be Naraku that you see right here on the picture right here? Naraku, two of NXT's newest superstars, will go one-on-one with Naraku and Mason Rook, throw down the high-stakes matchup. Which one of these two men will be the number one contender for the NXT title for the Great American Bash? We'll talk about it. Speaking of number one contender matches, we got another one for the women's division. The women's division. It's going to be Kendall Gray. I'll show you Kendall Gray right here. Kendall Gray goes one-on-one with Kahani Jordan, battling for a shot at the women's championship and number one contendership. We'll see about that coming up. Even more matches as well coming up here. The tag team action. You see Knox Axiom go against the newest team of Romeo Marino. You see that match coming up. And even in a singles match, we'll see what's his name? Lennox go one-on-one against this man right here, Jasper Troy, one-on-one. You see that match going on. Speaking of for a one-on-one match, you see this match too. There'll be like a Mr. NXT as Christian Angels goes and Shallow Hill competing a Mr. NXT pageant. Let's see which one will be proud of new Mr. NXT. And in our main event, you'll see this one right here. The NXT North American Women's Championship is online. Pam Paxton defends her title against Zarya. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you join us here for the Pro Wrestling Show. NXT Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling Hero Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's get to this right here. And a little bit later on, Wrestling Hot Topics, we'll talk about what's going on with Logan Paul in a brief. But we're going to get things started here on NXT with the with the tag team match. As you see, Axiom returning to take on Noam Dar and Romeo Marino in the tag team match. We're going to see that match and how that match is going to pan out eventually for it and see how that's going to go for the second and stuff that you see. So you see right here, tag team match right here. Oops. I'm going to show you that tag team match right quick. You see right here, the tag team match right here, going right here, right now. As you see right here, Axiom gets the victory. One name about Axiom. They got the victory tonight. Like a match of respect. What a match of respect it was. Axiom to get the victory tonight, as they did. And as we saw how that went down and stuff, it was kind of a little bit tempted to see how that went down. As we saw, actually, in the victory tonight, match of respect So between Axiom and stuff, we saw the match of respect tonight and how everything came up to par tonight. And we saw tonight all this came about. We came about. So we saw that night a match of full respect. Both teams respect each other. Good for them. We'll see how that's going to go down the road next time between them, but you never know. Well, we get to this right here. Mr. NXT. Mr. NXT with a beauty, you might well say a man's beauty pageant. You want to call it that. Between Shiloh Hill and Christian Angels. Christian Angels could be the next Mr. NXT show tonight. And he was and saw it. Shiloh Hill Christian Angels go 1-on-1. And what that match was, it wasn't a match. You would think it was a match. But hello, folks. But thought it was a match. But it turned out to be none other than a men's beauty pageant. Men's beauty pageant was Christian Angels and Shiloh Hill. Like you said, this beauty pageant had everything. Well, you call it beauty pageant, if you want to call it that. They did a line, if that's what you want to call it. What the line was, I want to show you that right quick. Them in a competing in a swimsuit, men's swimsuit competition. The judges was living the alternative lifestyle. You had the Evolved champion, you had some comedian, you had the Toxic Man, I forgot his name. Kit Wilson was out there. You know, I guess they was looking at swimsuits, you name it, but talent competition. There you go. Saw Shiloh Hill was juggling balls and carrying riding a tricycle. Trisha Angels was carrying balls, but Trisha Angels had the last laugh after the judges unannouncedly voted for Shiloh to win Mr. NXT. Shiloh won Mr. NXT. I want to show you that right quick. Shiloh got attacked from a Christian. He came out of nowhere being a sore loser. Show that we see that Christian was being a sore loser to Shiloh. Shiloh won the match. Shiloh won the contest due to the help of the fans. The judges couldn't decide. One judge picked either man, but the other judge, who was a champion, clearly was undecided. And then that's when the fans came, and Shiloh Hill won Mr. NXT. So it's going to be leading to a match between them, probably at the Great American Bash. That's what I'm assuming. So we'll see how this is going to go. Well, speaking of that, we go to this right here. Who was going to be next in line for a shot at the NXT Championship? Two of NXT's newest rookies, Mason Rook versus Naraku. Who's going to get the shot to meet the champion, meet Tony D'Angelo at the Great American Bash? We saw that last week when Tony D'Angelo got confronted by Mason Rook, and Mason Rook came out of nowhere And did we saw a little bit later on last week. We saw on the Roku confronting Tony Angelo. So we couldn't wait that longer to see which one of these two men were going to get the shot at the champion at the Great American Bash. We didn't have to look no further down the road. So we saw tonight Naraku got the victory. Naraku will meet at the hard fought battle. Both men were beating the hell out of each other, and they didn't stop. But you see, Naraku got the last word by making the count, getting the win. Naraku now the number one contender. He gets the shot at Tony D'Angelo at the Great American Bash coming up. So we saw that. So Naraku won his match tonight, coming in with a strong start in WWE. So congratulations, Naraku. Speaking of that, for the men's side, we look for the women's side. We know that, like before we get to the women's side, we know that at the Great American Bash, it will be Naraku versus Tony D'Angelo, and they'll have them at the Great American Bash. But coming up here, the women's side of things, we see Kendall Gray going 1-on-1 against Keani Jordan. These two women got a score to settle with each other, and these two women want to bring it on to each other. And we saw last week after that altercation and stuff between them, and who's going to meet Lola Vice for a shot at the women's championship. Well, we had to find out it was going to be none other than Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray gets the shot. Kendall Gray pinned Keani Jordan. Kendall Gray is on her step further to be next in line for a shot at the women's championship. She probably will face Lola Vice at the Great American Bash. Looking forward to seeing that match as well. So Kendall Gray getting the shot. Well, speaking of that, it looks like Lola Vice don't have to worry about Izzy Dame getting a shot at the championship. Izzy Dame's been placed in the Speed Championship. Izzy Dame will have to go against Tia Hill, and then Ariana, and whoever wins that match will meet the winner of Ariana Grace and Layla Diggs, and who will be winner in that final will probably get the shot against Ren Sinclair for the Speed Championship. So a lot of matches going to be going down. Izzy Dame was questioning Shawn Spears on why she was in this match. Shawn Spears told her, you need to rebuild and regroup so you can get yourself back into being a champion again and win a championship. Izzy Dame won the North American. Izzy Dame going for Speed time. So see how it's going to go. Speaking of that, North American Championship, the men's side of things, it looks like Miles Bourne is waiting. Who's going to challenge him? Jackson Drake, I meant to say. Jackson Drake. I don't know why I call him Carson Drake. Maybe I got him confused with the NWA. Jackson Drake will go against Tavion Heights 1-on-1. These two men will meet next week, and the winner will meet Miles Bourne for the shot at the NXT North American title, perhaps at the Bash. A lot of matches, a lot of build up for the Great American Bash is building up as well. So we see how this all going. But we get this right here. Jasper Troy versus Dion Lennox. Jasper Troy taking on Dion Lennox 1-on-1. We know that Dark State has exploded amongst our eyes. No Shaquan Swerves, seniors, I meant to say, in the group no more. Shaquan targeting everybody in the group. You see right here, Shaquan attack a lot of people from Dark State. Shaquan making it his mission to take everybody out, hit piece by piece. So Saquon wants to lead by example. And so Dark State need to be watching their back going forward. How Dark State moves or reacts and stuff. So you see Dark State trying to do that's what it was last week, but wasn't no big of a deal when when Jasper Troy lost to Deion Lennox again. Deion Lennox getting the victory over Jasper Troy, taking him out. But Saquon came out of nowhere and attacked another member of Dark State, except Deion Lennox. I'm expecting Saquon and Deion will probably have a match at the Bash as well. They're building up something with them at the Bash. So a lot of build up for the Great American Bash, as you saw. So like we said, it's been a build up heading towards the Great American Bash. Don't forget, the CW will cover the Great American Bash. It's a premium live event. So we'll see that for that time slot. So good look. And don't forget, we'll have a Great American Bash predicted outcome on NXT, as well as immediately following the Great American Bash, we'll have the Great American Bash review. So a lot of moving parts into this Great American Bash moving forward. Well, we get to the main event. The main event was this for the NXT North American Championship. Could Zarya do it and defeat Tatum Paxley to become the NXT North American Champion? After what she did to Izzy Rain, she defeated Izzy Rain to get the number 1 contendership, and now it was time to put up a shut up. And it looks like Zarya did the unthinkable using that women's F5, or I would like to call, and defeated Tatum Paxley and become your new NXT North American Champion. Zarya on a warpath now and has done it. Zarya now the new NXT Women's North American Champion. Wow. Zarya is on top of the world. And Zarya, just like Zora Roko, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, and Zarya now the North American Champion. So Zarya is on a warpath now with her newfound belt. All right, we know next week on NXT, we're going to have this. Natty go one-on-one against Jada Parker. These two women go one-on-one after Jada Parker went to Natty's school and disrupted class session, and Natalya wants her to pay. So next week, Natalya will be the collector and will be Clem the Undertaker in a way and make Jada Parker pay. She'll do so next week. So we're looking forward to seeing that, how that's gonna play out next week. Also, too, we'll see this match right here, face to face between the NXT champion Tony D'Angelo and Naraku before their Great American Bash match showdown. We'll see these two men go face to face and see what they have to say to each other. It's going to be quite interesting to see what's going to happen when they go face to face next week. Also, too, the Women's Speed Championship tournament begins. As you see right here, Ariana Grace taking on Layla Diggs in the first round, and then Izzy Dame taking on Thea Hill in another first round. Which one of these four women will advance to the finals, and whoever wins the finals meets the Women's Speed Champion and gets a championship match. And two, Jackson Drake taking on Tavion Heights for no one contendership, the Men's North American Championship. So a lot of stuff going on as well. So they're gonna keep. All right. Before we leave out, we know Logan Paul a couple weeks ago was injured. Logan Paul giving us an update. Let's see what Logan Paul has to say on his update.
Another day in the life of WWE's most injured superstar. 8 a.m. Wake up with the arm elevated to reduce swelling, right to a little pep talk from my wife. She got to help me put on deodorant because I can't really do that anymore. But with the little creatine and prime shake, I'll be back in no time. Got to unwrap to take a look at the bruising. Ooh, a little purple, a little yellow, not too bad. 15 minutes of ice, then 20 minutes of the red light pad, and a brain helmet that makes me more of a genius. Pressure wrap goes back on and brace up to prepare for 90 minutes in the hyperbaric. Don't worry, I got my hammer in case I need to bust out. I picked up the first edition English translation of Sun Tzu's Art of War from 1910, so after I read this, I can conquer the entire WWE. Straight from the chamber to the real shit. Now that I'm an Instagram husband, when wifey asks you to film her butt routine, you do it, and you do it with a smile. Make sure to get the close-ups. Had a special visitor while doing physical therapy. They told me it takes 6 months to recover from this injury, but I'm not buying it. The only thing I'm buying is the Alpha Pack on Rip It, because my PC could use a Lord of the War! What a pool. I'm still wearing pajamas at 2 p.m. because I don't give a fuck. Found this 3D dinosaur book on TikTok, top 5 purchase, and yes, while being injured sucks, spending more time with my family has been amazing, especially making my wife take Instagram pics of me and my collection, because every man needs a good collection and a good scar. Oh my God, my arm looking like the edge of an Uncrustable, and a quick change from the daytime jammies to the nighttime jammies, because it's bedtime for the little lady, but game time for the adults. I got 30K on the Knicks tonight, not gonna lie, this started off pretty rough, but the boys turned it around and clinched a 1-point victory that made me $52,000, because that is how you live.
All right, like we said, sorry about that. We was about to close off shop, but like we said, we're gonna leave you with Zarya winning the Women's North American Championship. Zarya's been on the road the whole way to her path of destruction. Thank you for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.